Hello everyone, welcome to Module 11. Today we will explore the meaning of tense and aspect in language, particularly in English grammar. One of the semantic studies is the semantics of tense and aspect. But before we go any further, please bear with me as your new lecturer. Shall we? As you can see, the model overview is the module introduces the concepts of tense and aspect, two key grammatical tools that help us describe when actions happen and how they unfold over time. Tense is the location of an event in time. Aspect is the structure and duration of the event. Tense and aspect work together to help us understand when something happens and how it unfolds. This model aims to explain how tense and aspect function as grammatical tools for expressing time in language, while tense tell us when an action happens, whether in the past, present, or future. Aspect describes how the action occurs over time, such as whether it is completed, ongoing, or repeated. Understanding their differences and how they work together is essential for interpreting meaning in sentences. Let's talk about tense. In tense, it's including the grammatical markers of time. The common categories used are past, present, future, and they are all marked by verb changes. In English, tense is often visible through verb forms like go, when, will go. Aspect. The perspective is aspect is an action as a whole. Imperfection, action in progress or repeated, and not didactic as not tied to speaker's time. Aspect is showing how an action unfolds. Aspect helps us understand whether the speaker sees the action as complete, ongoing, or habitual. Here's a chart of tense and aspect for your own reading at your free time. Or any questions for now? Clear? Okay, let's continue. Next, action suck or action types. Action suck refers to the inherent temporal characteristics of a verb or predicate, how an action or event naturally unfolds in time, regardless of grammatical tense or aspect. Action suck helps us analyze how events are naturally structured in time, even before we apply grammatical tense or aspect. Linguists classify actions into 5 main types based on 3 features: static versus dynamic, telic with an endpoint versus atelic, and punctual versus durative. Let's discuss each 5 of them. Number 1 is state. Describes unchanging conditions or situations. For example, know, believe, love. Number 2, activity. Ongoing dynamic actions without a clear endpoint. For examples, run, swim, talk. Number 3, accomplishment. Actions with a process leading to a clear end. For example, build a house, write a book. For achievement, instantaneous events with a clear endpoint. For example, win, recognize, find. Number 5 is simultaneous, which is single, brief, repeatable actions without change or results. For example, cough, knock, blind. In the module 11, we can see special cases in English. Present tense sometimes describes future. For example, I leave tomorrow. Present tense in narrative for past events. For example, he walks in and takes a seat. Also can act as future tense for present feeling. For example, I will look forward to it. Note, English tenses can have flexible uses beyond simple time labels. Keep up with me, please. Okay. Why all this matters? Understanding tense and aspect helps us speak and write clearly, understand different languages, see how time is represented differently. As a note, useful for grammar and daily communication. To summarize this class, tense and aspect encode time in different but related ways, and English uses verb forms along with context to express subtle temporal meanings. Therefore, understanding both is essential for grasping the full meaning of a sentence. These are the references from the module 11. That's all from me. I hope you enjoy my class, and I'm looking forward to see you all next week. Thank you.